the Republican Party is, I think, a party of essentially white male grievance, and that's where you get this problem where every action is an equal opposite reaction, right? So if he turns out a lot of white male voters and amps that up, there's going to be some electoral effect.
Depending on what he does to do it, and that's the bigger question, because now you have to look at it for the first time. In 2008, both parties went into the voting booths, both supporting their nominees. Right now, no matter who wins, assuming it's Clinton and Trump, they will be disliked and not trusted. Right. I mean, that's what people are going to the voting booths, holding their nose and voting in spite of the fact that they don't have anyone they want. It's just what's the worst of two evils in a lot of people's minds.
Although there will be millions of people who are excited about both those candidates.
But when you start, but it's not overwhelming.
Such spin.
Whoever's elected will
Here
be
it comes.
elected with the highest unfavorable number, most likely.
Unless things change.
Unless things change. That being said, it all does depend on turnout, and I think that's what Hillary Clinton is particularly worried about, is what's going to motivate her voters to get there, especially the Bernie Sanders folks.
Ooh,
what's
right
going to
there.
what's going to really force them to
don't
go?
want to
Is
mention
Donald
Bernie.
Trump going to be? We know they don't like him, but will that be enough to vote against him?
I think there are a few interesting things. One, if you look at the polls right now, the combined Clinton and Trump vote is somewhere in the low 80s. If you go back the last 3 cycles before this, at this point,
no more
it's somewhere
mention
around
of Bernie.
90%. So there are a whole bunch
Recording
of voters
further
who
just
say at
to
this
show.
point they're undecided. Do they actually turn out and vote? And if they do, who do they turn out and vote for?
I hadn't thought of that number. The other aspect of this,
Is
I
he
remember
going
an
to
interview
follow
I had
up on the
back
Bernie
8 years
thing?
ago, actually, with an organizer in the South, Obama organizer and a black organizer who'd done sort of civil rights work, and said, look, we always had this fantasy, like we're gonna turn out a bunch of African Americans in the South. Guess what? When you turn out a bunch of African Americans, the people who are maybe not so psyched about that notice that too, and they turn out as well. Like, politics never happens in a vacuum that you just mobilize your people and the other people on the other side say, hey, great for you.
And I think a really interesting question that
Just
that
another
Higher Heights,
Hillary
which is an organization that's
roundtable
mobilizing and
here.
supporting black female candidates across the country, some of the data that they've produced is that